Hey guys and gals, this is Alex talking about the lyrics of our new EP, Stories to Forget. And this first video is about the second single and actually the first song of the EP, which is called Lesser King. Now, A Lesser King is actually an interesting study on the psyche of where we do get our self-confidence and what informs our self-esteem, and how all these personal relationships we have with other people actually factor into this. As per usual, I'm more concerned with the darker end of the spectrum of the human condition, so the lyrics start off very neutral and then drift on into a full inferiority complex, because that is something that might be experienced by some people. I find it interesting in that regard that usually social interactions kind of inform how we see ourselves, because it's always a matter of how we are situated in our social surroundings that kind of informs our self-esteem. And given the fact that we usually, if we do something, expect some sort of reward for it, even if it's just a thank you or a hug or a good work, and we might not get that, that also has a minor effect even on our psyche. And if that is a thing that happens over a prolonged period of time, at some point in time, we start to question our actions and ultimately maybe also our self-worth. And that's exactly the slippery slope that A Lesser King is concerned with. Because I think over a longer period of time, it can be very damaging to one's self-esteem if we keep up social relationships, for example, that are some sort of that are abusive, or if we don't feel valued at work, and all these kind of things kind of reevaluate how, or make us reevaluate how we see ourselves. And that's just something that can be very toxic after a while. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is that it's sort of a warning to have a good psycho hygiene, and maybe also take a look at your surroundings if there's people and factors that kind of wear you down over a long period of time. Sometimes you might not even notice it. Sometimes it can be over the course of months or even years or maybe even decades that you are in a relationship that's not very healthy, or in a work environment that's not beneficial to you and doesn't help you grow. And all these kind of things kind of factor into the lyrics of A Lesser King. I tried to keep it as broad and abstract as possible for you in order to relate this, because actually it's one of the most personal things that I've written over the last 10 years probably. But without all that sort of context, what's been going on in my life the last, 4 or 5 years, it's kind of hard to grasp. So I thought it might be more interesting to give you a broader perspective on how you can find yourself in the lyrics, because the interpretive frame usually is a little bit broader. Whenever something in my life happens that's very negative, I try to put them into lyrics in order to connect to people, because I know that I am not alone with all these sort of issues, and neither are you. So if you find a little bit of yourself in the lyrics, let me know in the comments below. If you have any sort of questions concerning the lyrics, please do write. I'll try to answer as many questions as possible. And also feel free to check out the new EP, Stories to Forget, out everywhere right now. And with that, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.